Ande Ande Lumut.
Once upon a time, there stood two major kingdoms in the East Java regions, namely the Janggala Kingdom and the Kediri Kingdom. The Janggala Kingdom led by King Jayanagara and the Kediri Kingdom led by King Jayaprana. To unite the two kingdoms and avoid war, so a marriage bond was established between Panji Asmarabangun, the son of King Janggala, and Dewi Kartaji, princess of the King Kediri. One day, the Janggala kingdom was attacked by the enemy. When the battle took place, Dewi Kartaji fled. She disguised herself as a village girl and lived with a widow with 3 daughters, namely Klenting Abang, Klenting Ijo, and Klenting Biru. Dewi Kartaji was adopted as a child and was given the name Klenting Kuning. But Klenting Kuning was not treated well every day. She was ordered to do housework such as washing, cooking, and cleaning the room. The 3 adoptive sisters are very lazy. They usually just tell the Klenting Kuning to wash. Wash and also my scruff, say Klenting Biru. Janggala Kingdom is safe again. Panji Asmara and he succeeded in defeating his enemy who attacked him. But he is sad because Dewi Kartaji has left the place. He was determined to find her. He mobilized the guards to look for the whereabouts of Dewi Kartaji. After some time, a bodyguard reported that he had met a girl who looked like Dewi Kartaji in a village. Panji Asmara went to the village of Dadapan. The village was opposite the village where the Klenting Kuning lived. He lives at Mok house. He becomes Mok adopted son and disguised himself as Ande Ande Lumut, who is looking for a mate. The news about Ande Ande Lumut looking for a mate soon spread. Klenting Abang, Klenting Ijo, and Klenting Biru were all dressed up to propose to Ande Ande Lumut. They didn't forget to wear beautiful jewelry and clothes. Klenting Kuning, you don't have to come and propose to you at home. Go to the river and wash all the dirty clothes, Klenting Biru said. They immediately departed. Klenting Kuning immediately went to the river to wash. Suddenly, a crane came and gave her a wine. Go apply Ande Ande Lumut so you can meet Panji Asmara. Wake up and bring this whip, said the straw. Klenting Kuning raced to the village of Dadapan. While her mother and 3 sisters had arrived at the river bank, they were confused that there was not a single boat that looked like a bridge, nor was there one. Then, how did they cross the river? It was very wide and the current was swift. Suddenly appeared a giant crab named Yuyu Kangkang. The crab offered to help cross the river on the condition that they kiss Yuyu Kangkang. They agreed to the requirement one by one. They climbed onto Yuyu Kangkang's backs to cross the river. A few moments later, came the Klenting Kuning on the river bank. She also met with Yuyu Kangkang. Yuyu Kangkang offered service for crossing on the condition that the Klenting Kuning must kiss him. Kelenteng Kuning refused the condition. She forced Yuyu Kangkang to send her without conditions. Yuyu Kangkang didn't want to cross her. The patience of Kelenteng Kuning had run out. She took out a whip and hit her into a river. Immediately, the river water receded. Yuyu Kangkang was scared. Finally, he wanted to help Kelenteng Kuning to cross the river. The Kelenteng Kuning immediately climbed onto Yuyu Kangkang's back and she arrived on the other side of the river. Mother and her 3 adopted sisters first arrived at Mbok Randa house. Alternately, Kelenteng Abang, Kelenteng Ijo, and Kelenteng Biru show their beauty to Ande-Ande Lumut. But no them are chosen. They have kissed Yuyu Kangkang. A few moments later, Kelenteng Kuning arrived at Mbok Randa's house. Ande-Ande Lumut chose Kelenteng Kuning as his wife because he knew the Kelenteng Kuning was Dewi Kartaji, and she was the only one who didn't kiss Yuyu Kangkang. Ande-Ande Lumut dismantling her excuses and told her that he was Panji Asmara Bangun. Finally, Panji Asmara Bangun and Dewi Kartaji had grouped. They invited Mbok Randa to stay in place. As a thank you, they lived happily.